everybody, and welcome back to Crime in Sports.
Yay!
Yay, indeed, Jimmy. Yay, indeed. My name is James Pietragallo. I'm here with my co-host.
I'm Jimmie Whisman.
Thank you, folks, so much for joining us today on another absolutely crazy, wild edition of Crime in Sports. This guy's going to take a couple episodes based solely on the amount of insane shit that he said constantly.
Terrific.
It's awesome. This is a great one. This is like Derek Bell if you gave him fucking 6 kinds of steroids. He'd be crazy like this. He's great stuff. And he shares a name. I'm sure some people looked at this episode and went, what the fuck? Because his last name is Rozier, just like Robert Rozier. We did a 6-parter on. So anyway, we'll get to all that. Before we do, shutupandgivememurder.com is where you want to go for all your merchandise, all your stuff like that. Tickets for live shows for Small Town Murder, including our first live shows back after the summer, September 18th in Milwaukee at the Pabst and September 19th in Minneapolis at the State Theater. So get your asses in there and buy those tickets and come see us. Shutupandgivememurder.com. Do that. Also, get yourself Patreon.
Right.
Do yourself a favor, damn it. Do yourself a solid. Anybody, all you got to be is $5 a month or above. Patreon.com/crimeinsports. Anybody $5 a month or above. A cup of coffee will get you so much more than a cup of coffee. If you do that, you immediately get almost 400 back bonus episodes you've never heard before. So a huge back catalog. And you get new ones every other week, one Crime in Sports and one Small Town Murder. And you just get all of them. We just say, take everything we put out. There you go. This week is no different. This week, what you're going to get for Patreon, we're going to do some Kirby Puckett talking.
Terrific.
A beloved figure. I mean, there's people in Minnesota right now with their heads exploding going, no, not Kirby.
Don't besmirch
Kirby. We're going to talk. And then for Small Town Murder, it's, oh boy, we're going to talk about that Maternal Instinct documentary and all the stuff around it. If you don't know what that is, this crazy lady killed a woman and cut her baby out of her and then tried to act like she just had it and was like, yeah, I just had this baby in my car.
Unbelievable.
Look at that. It's a crazy story, and she is nuts. So we'll talk about that and a lot more. Patreon.com/crimeinsports. And in addition to all of that you get, which seems like $5 worth, you also get... seems like well over $5 worth.
It's a good deal so far. Yeah.
It's a good deal. How about everything we put out? Crime in Sports, Small Town Murder, Your Stupid Opinions, all ad-free as well. You get that, and that included also. And just because, damn it, that's still not enough to give, you get a shout-out at the end of the show, too, where Jimmie will thank you by fucking your name all up. So
We're actually angels.
That's right. So that said, let's get to it, everybody. Here we go with our guy of the week here. Another Rozier, Clifford Rozier this time, though.
Is it the name?
Must be, as a basketball player, so totally different sport and everything. It's Clifford Glenn Rozier Jr. Surprise, everybody.
Yeah.
The juniors are back. Here we go. His nickname really says most of what needs to be said here. Yeah. His nickname is Psycho.
Is that right?
That works, I would say, which is funny because we had another Rozier who killed multiple people and his nickname wasn't even Psycho. So
he was pretty psychotic.
He was pretty fucking psychotic. So this Clifford Rozier is born on October 31st, 1972, Halloween. Okay. Yeah. And he's born in Bradenton, Florida, as we'll talk about here. He's a big guy. He was a big man, 6'11".
Yeah.
So big dude. His dad's obviously Clifford Rozier Sr. His mother is Diane Rozier. He has one of the best high school basketball careers you could possibly have. He's the shit in high school basketball. He's Mr. Basketball of Florida, first team parade All-American, McDonald's All-American, all this crazy shit. Oh, yeah. He's got one brother and 3 half-sisters. There's 5 kids altogether in this family. A little bit about his early life here. He lived in Palmetto for 10 years, first 10 years of his life, and liked basketball right away. They say that he would spend hours working on a bank shot from 10 feet away. So a 10-foot
jumper. Yep.
little mid-range bank shot because that's what Julius Erving was doing all the time, and that was his favorite player. So he dug that. The family eventually moved to Bradenton, and he said, quote, this is Rozier, quote, "The lights stayed off. We didn't have any food. The water was always messed up."
Messed up?
Messed up or not coming out of the faucet? Which one?
Both are. I mean, if it's colored or sputtery or Doesn't come out at all. Those are the three things, right?
Is it a municipal problem, or have you not paid the water
Right.
bill? That's my point here.
Is it a pocket problem or the pipes?
This area has bad pipes, or what are we doing?
This area has no money.
No money to buy better pipes. In 8th grade, he was 5'10", but there was no organized team to play on. So they had a game apparently at his junior high that was students against teachers every year.
Oh.
So he couldn't wait to do that. He wanted to do that because they didn't have a team at the junior high. He said, I got a reprimand and I couldn't play against the teachers and it snatched my heart out. The whole school was watching. Yeah. And he said, I said, you know what? They're going to pay for this in high school.
You know what?
They're going to pay for the teachers from junior high are going to pay for this when I go to high school and I never see them again.
This one day.
They're going to get it. He was 6 feet tall when he played for Southeast High's JV team as a freshman. And then over the summer, he grew 6 inches.
Oh.
Went from 6 foot tall to 6'6" in the summer.
They're going to pay then.
Well, they're going to pay. That's when he's a sophomore. He comes back at 6'6". In high school, he'd go with his mother at 4 a.m. to clean offices. That's what he would do, and then she'd take him to school. After school, he had practice for 2 hours. He said, when I'd get home, I'd play 6 or 7 hours on my goal by myself, shooting with my music on. They had to call me in from the basketball court at night and tell me to go to bed. I loved the game like that.
Wow.
He was super into it. A friend of his named Terry Green, who was friends with him forever, remembers an argument between Rozier and a teammate over a seat on the team bus before an away game. They said Rozier was so mad he didn't talk to anyone for the rest of the night, the whole team. Oh. He went out and scored 49 points and didn't talk to a fucking soul.
All because somebody sat in his seat?
Someone sat in his seat. He's got a real chip on his shoulder. Imagine if someone actually fucks him over. Like, for real. Like, does something bad to him.
Yeah. That is definitely one way to be sure that you're successful.
Yeah. You gotta
but
have a chip on your
everybody's
shoulder.
going to fuck you over.
Totally. But it's sometimes important to, even if it's false, to put a face on something that you can rail against, even if it's false. So sometimes it's good just for self-motivation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I had all sorts of fake boogeymen in comedy that I'd be like, I have to do this to show this person that doesn't even care. You know, it's self-motivation. That's all it was for. You know?
I suppose, but we certainly had boogeymen.
No, real ones.
Yeah.
I meant these are my own that had nothing to do with comedy or showbiz or anything. They were personal life ones that were like, oh, I'll show these motherfuckers even though they don't care.
One of mine was U.S. Bank because I had to pay that mortgage.
Yeah, that also
That was
helps.
a real boogeyman.
That also, I'm talking about getting into it though. This was, you weren't thinking, shit, comedy was a fucking drain for the first.
Oh, God.
It's for the first like 8 years, that shit's a net loss. You're not making a goddamn dime. That's a net fucking loss. He said, to me, that game let me know that this guy is special, his friend said. That this guy was the best junior in the state of Florida that year. He might have been the best player, period.
All right.
Okay. 1988 here, they're talking about him and how he grew and all this thing. And they said that, you know, the team had 6'3" centers for a long time in basketball, and then he comes in 6'6" in his sophomore year, and the coach said all of a sudden he became our best big man. He went around people who were starting that year. I don't think there was any doubt he'd be our starting center. Okay. So now he's got size 15 shoes. Entering his junior season, he's 6'8".
Wow.
And the doctor said there's a chance he'll hit 6'10". And he ends up hitting 6'11".
My senior year? God damn.
Ends up 6'11", actually. Mm-hmm. As a sophomore, the team he played on, the high school team, went 22-7. He averaged 18.9 points and 10.6 rebounds, and he was deemed one of the top prospects in the area.
Wow.
He said, I feel like I want to do some of the same things I did last year, but I want to focus on the team. Whatever it takes to make the team play better, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I'm looking for a scholarship, so if I say all this team shit, that looks great to those coaches. They love that shit. Even in the summer, he plays. He loves to play. He plays everywhere. He was picked up by the Orlando Greyhounds en route to the Junior Nationals in Arkansas, where he was chosen as one of the top 4 15-year-olds.
Wow.
He went to the to camps at the University of North Carolina and the University of South Florida. They said he would jump rope for an hour a day. He benches 195 pounds, which for a real skinny guy isn't bad. The coach said he doesn't want to put too much pressure on him, though.
No, don't do that.
He said everybody has to remember he's still a gangly kid, which is not what a 16-year-old wants to be called in the local newspaper, gangly. You're like, oh, come on. The girls aren't going to want to fuck gangly. Help me here. He said he's barely 16 years old. There were times when the coach said he had to remind Rozier to play within the team because he would try to do too much on his own. Mm-hmm. He said when Rozier says he's looking out for the team, the coach is convinced that he'll help him do what they need to win. He says, I think it was hard for Clifford to understand when you play on a varsity team in a fast-paced game, you're not going to get the ball every time down the court. Right. He had a good self-confidence and good self-concept about what he could do. All right. So here's January 31st, 1989. Big headline in the Bradenton Herald. Sky's the limit for Southeast's Clifford Rozier.
Sure.
So, sky's the limit. They said that Clifford Rozier's driveway at his home in East Bradenton has been the venue for a lot of father-son basketball games. There was a time when Rozier was lucky to win one game and 3 against his father, but that was before the lines on his growth chart shot toward the heavens after his freshman season. Man, Clifford Sr. said, now he can beat me 3 out of 3. I can win 1 if I play hard, but I'd be shot. I'd have to do way too much. I got to work in the morning, so fuck that. I ain't going to be sore over this shit. Not doing that shit. So he wants to play at North Carolina is the goal. That's what it is. That's all he ever wants. He said he's always wanted to play there. He wants to go play for Dean Smith.
It's the only thing he wants to do.
That's it. And this is, 89. This is 5 years after Jordan was there and Worthy and all those guys. So it makes sense.
Was Morning at Georgetown? He was, huh?
Was it Morning? Yeah, Morning in Matumbo. Same time. Twin Towers at Georgetown.
What?
They were the Twin Towers at Georgetown, Morning and Matumbo.
Morning and Matumbo went to Georgetown at the same time?
Now you're making me think I made that up because you seem so shocked.
I don't know where
Maybe
Matumbo went. I think I swore Matumbo just came from whatever fucking village he came from in Africa and just dominated everybody.
He just showed up with a grass fucking clothes made out of the earth and shit.
Yeah.
And
Did Ewing go to Georgetown too?
Absolutely, yeah. He's part of that. Oh, yeah, he was a beast while he was there. Yeah, they went there. Yeah. Matumbo or the Twin Towers. Yeah, it was like,
what
I know
are they
that's
just
my
fucking
childhood. Yeah.
Cultivate centers there?
That's what he liked. That's what Thompson liked. He liked big shot blocking centers because Ewing was a shot blocking machine in college. I mean, his whole game was shot blocking, and then he's got Morning and Matumbo are 2 of the most famous shot blockers ever. So
there was somebody else went to Georgetown too, besides those 3. That was
Iverson,
yeah. I was in my head thinking Larry Johnson. Where did he go? To Georgia or some
UNLV.
shit? UNLV, right?
UNLV, yeah. With fucking Aguirre and those guys, yeah. So
Nick Van Exel.
Nick Van Exel, was he UNLV?
I think so.
That sounds right.
No.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
No.
He was
Georgia Tech or something.
All I can think of for some reason, whenever I picture Nick Van Exel, I picture Anthony Peeler, which makes no sense because Van Exel had a way better career. Peeler played for like Southern or some shit.
I see Van Exel in yellow and blue for some reason.
Michigan? Michigan,
no.
Georgia Tech, somebody like that?
Something like that, but where was it? God damn it.
Georgia Tech was Kenny Anderson, right? He went to Georgia Tech, I think.
That might be right.
Who knows? All right, let's get back to the first guy. Cincinnati Bearcats. There you go. Nick Van Exel, Cincinnati. Absolutely. Christ. Now I can see it clearly on his basketball card. Yep. Yeah. So that's where he wants to go, though. He said that is the promised land of basketball, and he said there's just a basketball feeling up there. Which the weird thing is, I've been in that area. It's weird, but there is a basketball feeling up there. It's really weird.
North Carolina?
Yeah, in that area, that triangle area with fucking.
Well, that's all they got. Well, now they got more, but that's all they had.
UNC, NC State, Wake Forest, Duke. I mean, they were all right there. Yeah, it's huge shit. Rozier said he went to Chapel Hill and met Dean Smith during one of the camps, and he said he told me things like blend in with the team, and he told me I had a good shot, and he told me to, quote, keep growing, which I've tried.
Got a choice in that, you dick.
Yeah, thanks a lot. So he said that, at this point this is his senior year, he's averaging 25 points and 13 rebounds a game. Wow. So he's killing it now. His high school coach said the amazing thing is he's having good numbers and he's having to share it with good ball players on the team.
Right.
And he said the stats are impressive, but the glimpses of brilliance are even more so. There are times when Rozier scores strongly in the paint, drifts out, and feathers in a three-pointer and acts as the trailer on the Seminoles fast break. So he does like a Manute Bull thing there. In their victory against Sarasota last Friday, he scored 41 and had 20 rebounds and blocked 9 shots.
Wow. And
they said that people have to keep in mind that he's only 16 years old and probably hasn't outgrown his genes. His father's 6'4", his mother's 6 foot. He wears a size 15 shoe and has monstrous hands. He's grown half an inch since November, and we knew about that. Dick Vitale here saw Rozier in the championship game of the Bradenton Herald Holiday Classic, and Vitale said he would love the chance to coach guys like him, primetime players like Rozier. He said, this is Dick Vitale, Rozier has, I should scream this into the microphone. Rozier has great athletic ability. Mr. Poe, a world of potential. However, he must work on developing his defensive concepts and understanding the game and take advantage of his quickness and size by becoming a much better, more active interior player.
Baby.
Clifford has a tendency to play a little too much on the perimeter. He's multi-talented. With another year of high school, he should develop into one of the premier players of the South, baby. I added the baby, but...
I love when he says baby. It's so funny because it's just the creepiest old man just saying, come on, baby.
He's saying it to like a 6'7" black guy with gray hair sitting next to him. And it's like, why are you telling that guy baby?
Why are you calling him baby?
Like, all right, Dick. Well, back to the thing over here. Wow.
So I'm calling Van Horn baby.
Baby? Look at him, baby. Carroll said... This is his coach, Carroll, said he employs Rozier's talent at different positions, the high post, down low, on the wing, in answer to defenses geared to stop him. So it's not Rozier's fault he's shooting from out there. That's by design. I'm telling him to do that. When they crowd the paint, I put him outside. So, yeah, he said Rozier routinely sees collapsing, smothering defenses every night, and he hears opposing coaches yelling at the referees that the big kid's getting away with murder inside. But Rozier said that just makes him play harder. Chip on his shoulder. Mm-hmm. He says he no longer feels he has to go out and get 25 points and 12 rebounds every game. He said, at the beginning of the season, I felt like that, but now that people see how good our team is, it's not like that. It's not like teams say Clifford is coming to town, but Southeast is coming to town. Oh. And they said Rozier, all the recruiters are drooling over him. The University of Florida sent him a letter when he was only a freshman. He wasn't even tall yet, for Christ's sake. His mail grew to a drawer full last year and is currently increasing geometrically. And they said the biggies like Notre Dame, Ohio State, Michigan, Florida State. And he said it's a lot. There's all sorts of stuff coming in, which is nice. His parents are limiting coach's telephone call access to Rozier. Okay. So they won't put every call through to him. Right. They'll say he's doing shit. Rozier said they don't want my head to get too big, and they want me to keep my mind on my studies. I've got one more year before I decide where I want to go. And then his coach said, I have faith in his parents that they will keep him under control. They stay on him pretty tight and won't let his head get blown up too big. I don't know if he realizes it right now, how much attention he's getting or how much he'll get in the next year. But Rozier said he's talked to the recruiters, and they tell him to keep his grades up, keep up the good work, and he'll be going wherever the fuck he wants to go. So one of these guys, Rozier, this is the University of South Florida coach. He said he's definitely a very, very good basketball player, no doubt about it. Definitely a Division I prospect. He's got good height, he's quick, he runs well, and he's got good shooting touch. Right. So Another coach said, quote, I think Clifford has a chance to be as good as any player to come out of Manatee County in the 12 years since I've been here. What gives Clifford the ability to be unique is his athletic ability at 6'9". He has a soft touch. He can run and catch and has a lot of agility. He has a lot of physical tools. Said, but he's not a complete player yet. Vital says he needs to establish himself more in the paint, baby. And he wants more attention to defense and learning not to force the game. Also, he wants, among the other things, Rozier's father said he wants Rozier to take the referee's calls in stride and be more patient.
Okay.
Temper is an issue with him. The kid here, Rozier, said, before I get the ball, opponents put 2 men on me, and when I get it, they put 3 men on me. It's frustrating and aggravating. I'm not patient. I want to score. I want to do things now sometimes. You kick it to the open man at that point, and they stop doing that shit. That's how it works. So he loves it. He plays all year round. He's taking the Scholastic Aptitude Test, the SAT, and he's trying to get a head start here. His grade point average is 2.4 at this point, which isn't great.
No.
That's it. So this is his dad says, I'm getting a little more happy with his game, not necessarily because of the stats, but because he's getting a more overall game than he used to have. February 15th, 1990, he is an All-American.
God damn.
He is selected, as the McDonald's All-American High School Basketball Squad, which is a huge deal, obviously.
Fucking
That's monstrous here. Joining Rozier on the East squad are Damon Bailey, and then Eric Montross. Remember him?
Oh, yeah.
Big giant North Carolina center.
Yeah.
Big flat top white guy. That didn't work too well. From Indianapolis, and Bailey will be there too. As a senior in 1990, he was averaging 35 points, 16 rebounds, and 5 blocks a game.
35 rebounds a game?
35 points, 16 rebounds.
How many rebounds? 6?
16.
16 a crazy double-double.
And 5 blocks. Which is
36
just
points, 15 rebounds a game.
16. And 5 blocks. That's wild. He was named Florida's Mr. Basketball and a McDonald's All-American also.
Wow.
His coach said his senior year of high school, he might have been the best player in the country, which it sounds like it.
Yeah.
He said his mind was always working. He's always planning and setting goals. He didn't just talk about it like some kids do. He made himself the basketball player he was in high school. He said, he made my job a lot easier, that's for sure. Everyone knows how good of a basketball player he was, but he was a good student. Not really. 2.4 isn't like
It's not good.
Smoking, he's a mid-C student. That's pretty, it's exactly average is what it is. Very average. He said he was a good student. I've never had any trouble with him in school. I don't think he ever got sent to the dean's office. He's a really good kid. And they said, well, yeah, he has to go home and work on his shit all the time. Clifford said there was no better feeling than showing up in Southeast's gym and everybody's jam-packed standing around the place, cameras everywhere, screaming and hollering. He says, they said he went later on, by the way, he'll go to the NCAA Final Four, and he says the high school championships are better. Thought that was cool. So in college here, he's being recruited, and Dean Smith is recruiting him.
Loves him, yeah.
Going to get what he wanted. Now, Dean goes to his house and saw a green Ford LTD parked in the driveway when he went there. So he went in, and he said, I know this is my guy, Dean Smith, because he saw the muffler was hanging off of it. He said, this is my guy. He said, he told Rozier, quote, I like the fact that you have this raggedy car. It's going to push you.
Yeah.
You're going to want to get
the whole reason I'm here.
Get a better one here. So he decides, I'm going to North Carolina.
All right.
Here we go. He arrives the same time as Derek Phelps, Brian Reese, Eric Montross, who are all McDonald's All-Americans. Yeah. That was the time North Carolina could just pick anyone they wanted and get them. Yeah. Anyone. They had tons of championships, and they had just everybody wanted the Michael Jordan bump or whatever that was, you know. 90-91 Tar Heels here. UNC, they're 29-6, and they finished 4th here. Yeah. Rick Fox also on this team.
Yeah.
Listen, Rick Fox, Hubert Davis, George Lynch, Pete Chilcutt. These are all NBA players, first four. King Rice, I don't know who that is. Eric Montross, Clifford, Derek Phelps, Kenny Harris, gotcha, whatever. But the four NBA players right there. Yeah. Christmas Eve, 1990 here, Sarasota Herald Tribune newspaper. The headline is, Impatient Rozier Willing to Wait for His Chance. And so they say that 18-year-old Clifford Rozier, despite lack of sleep, was itching to get out. He wanted to see his buddies, spend the day visiting his old haunts, tell the tales of life in the arena of big-time college basketball. Youthful enthusiasm would win out over body fatigue. It didn't matter that Clifford had played a basketball game Saturday night in West Lafayette, Indiana, then spent 2 hours on a bus on ice-slick roads, getting up at 5 a.m. Sunday morning to begin the airplane trek from Indianapolis to Bradenton via Cincinnati. Couldn't slow down Rozier.
Right.
Oh, man. He said that he couldn't wait to get back home. He said, that's all I thought the whole time in North Carolina, coming home. He said, I'm tired of the weather, the cold, the practices. It feels good to be home. No, we don't like that. No. That's usually a bad sign for some reason. He said he could talk to his parents without worrying about big, long-distance phone bills. He can see his younger brother, Kobe, how he's progressed there. So, Clifford said he just wants to be home. At the time, the Tar Heels were 8th in the country, ranked 7-1, or they were 7-1, ranked 8th here. And, he's excited. They were the subject, the whole North Carolina team was the subject of a big Sports Illustrated article 2 weeks before this. Right. And they're just doing great. And it's a bunch of young guys, and, North Carolina's got a big thing going on here. He said, it adds a ton of pressure to me. The team is not progressing as fast because of it, talking about where he fits into the system. He says, when all the talk dies down about us, the team will play better and the freshmen will play better. Thinks there's too much pressure with all the Sports Illustrated articles and such. Right. The Fab Five were mostly all freshmen, and they were fine, and they were on the cover of every fucking magazine there ever was. Sophomore year they won, right? I think so. Yeah. That was where they went, and then Chris Webber fucked up the right. Yeah. But they were nasty. That was when they won. They won a lot of games. They didn't win the game. So they said Rozier's. They said they've all had their moments. Rozier's came in the Tar Heels' second game of the season when he scored 22 points in a win over Jacksonville. Mm-hmm. He had scored 10 points and grabbed 6 rebounds against San Diego State in the first game of the season. And he said, coming out of the tunnel for the first time, he said, that was unbelievable. I had never played before 21,000 people before. It felt real good. So, yeah. He said he got his first basket on a hook shot, and he said, I wasn't really thinking about making my first basket, but then I heard all the cheering from the crowd. I almost wanted to stop and look. So, yeah, he said that he said, I knew that he can't never take a break because Dean Smith is always watching. Right. Dean Smith monitors every move. He makes sure the freshmen don't get carried away with their press clippings. And because they keep describing him as the next James Worthy, because Worthy was also on those North Carolina teams. So, he's like, Dean Smith is like, hey, calm down. He's like, you're not James Worthy yet. Not Worthy, yeah. You're not big game James quite yet. You're also 6'11". That's a different guy. Fuck, Worthy was 6'9", but he was like a 6'9" small forward. Right. He wasn't playing power. No, this is a totally different thing. But they're saying they're saying that's what he has the potential to be because he's got a good mid-range jumper and all kinds of shit like that, like Worthy had. Rozier said, if I didn't play for Coach Smith, I would have a head as big as a basketball. He shows you on tape where you mess up. He's constantly putting us down. He always uses the phrase, you're a good prospect. You've achieved nothing yet, is what that means. You're fun to look at. Yeah. From process of elimination, that means you haven't done anything yet. Yeah. So you don't get too excited. He said, but he has told the best of them that they were just good prospects. Michael Jordan, Sam Perkins, James Worthy, J.R. Reed, Bob McAdoo, Bobby Jones, Phil Ford, fucking Mitch Kupchak, Brad Doherty were all good prospects. Wow. That's how he would say. Rozier said that, he's a good prospect, but he can only go as far as Smith lets him, basically. Right. Dean Smith said, we thought he would be a tremendous prospect, a great potential, and we recruited him. That's so funny. He said, but he was a little better player than I thought he was when he arrived. We have been delighted with his progress. He certainly improves almost daily. So Gene Smith is one of those guys that says nicer things about you than to you, which is I kind of like that. That's good.
Yeah, I don't want them said to. I want them said about.
Or both is fine, but
is it?
Don't tell me I'm doing well and then talk shit to me to others is what I mean. It's better to do it the other way around.
Certainly.
I'd rather you tell me I'm okay and then tell other people I'm okay too. That'd be even better. But I'll take one or the other.
Yeah.
So he also says, I think he has a bright future in my opinion, without a doubt. I'm better off saying that now since I've had him every day since October. Yeah. He said that he was scared and nervous when he first showed up. Rozier said. Yeah. He said the first practices were, quote, long, hard, and rigorous. He said, I never did so much running. There was a lot of teaching, but so much running. He said, I think it hit us, all of us freshmen at the same time. We looked up and saw all those retired jerseys hanging there. The tradition made us work harder.
Right.
They said senior forward Rick Fox called Rozier the most confident freshman of the freshmen, and Rozier says, quote, definitely I'm confident. What I said I can do on the court, I did in practice. He said, my teammates know I'm confident. That's why they voted to make me carry the equipment. That is an honor given to, quote, the most cocky freshman every year.
Yeah.
The guy who thinks he's hot shit, good. You're the guy who carries shit now. He said, they want me to look stupid in airports.
Yeah.
Yep. Rozier said he was carrying the team's video equipment Sunday morning in Cincinnati, and Dean Smith is quick to point out that his confident freshman still has a lot to learn. He said his biggest adjustment is not going up against other big people, but in what we want defensively. He's not used to being out on the court. He's used to being under the basket. He's also been called for traveling with the ball quite a bit, and that hurts the team.
Yes, it does.
Well, Christ, he'd be a superstar today. They just call that a fucking Euro step or some shit or whatever the fuck they want to call a collector. Gather step or whatever bullshit you want to call a travel. You call it whatever you want. If they want to have that, why don't they just change the rules to allow that?
Yeah, just say traveling is when you take 5 steps.
Then whatever, fine. The game is stupid and I'm still not watching it anymore. But fucking don't say travel is this and then have guys.
Have it be something else.
It's crazy what they do now. It's crazy. Rozier believes he's getting called the same on the same moves he made in high school but got away with.
Oh.
So that's what it is. Dean Smith said, we are anticipating him getting more playing time as he learns what we want on defense. Rozier said, he said it might be, he was talking about going home and playing in Florida, and he said it might be like Eric Montross getting his chance in his home state. I hope it is, and I hope to make the best of it. So this tournament in Florida will give Clifford Sr. and Diane Rozier a chance to cheer for their son in person and not on the phone. Yeah. Diane said, I almost need to get another job to pay for the phone. And Rozier says he admits he calls home a lot. Mm-hmm. He said, quote, I talk to Mama and Papa before and after every game, plus 3 or 4 other times a week.
Grow up.
Grow up. Go get some pussy. What are you doing? You're in college.
Mama and Papa.
At least it's not daddy. I can't stand when grown men say daddy. I just want to fucking creep up my spine. Daddy? I'm like, oh, no.
When a woman says it, it's worse.
It's even creepier because it almost has a sexual connotation to it. And it's way creepier. But when a guy says daddy, I'm just like, you fucking loser.
A woman saying daddy to her dad is awful.
Because it does. It has like this almost like weird seductive thing to it where they're almost like, you know what I mean? Like it feels like they're trying to seduce their dad or some shit. It's weird. I don't get it. I don't like it.
I just don't like it because it feels, creepy. It's just creepy.
It's also a thing of, I think it's also regional because I'm like, we're going to get every single listener south of the Mason-Dixon line going, I'm 53, I still call my dad daddy, and blah, blah. That's what we're going to get because it's just traditional there, and we're not used to that because neither of us are from there.
It's not even necessarily that either because in the West, Southwest specifically, I hear it all the time.
Really? But those are wannabe Southern people. The Western people are wannabe Southern people. They're wannabe Hicks.
Perhaps.
They're Hicks, but they're wannabe rednecks is what I should say.
It's different. Relate to that.
They want to. They really don't. They have nothing in common with them, but they think they do. Yeah. They want to. Yeah, it's
You've
funny.
Never farmed?
No, fuck no. It's so you couldn't grow a fucking blade of grass out there. There's no water and all sun. You can farm
Bitch
shit.
is killing houseplants, talking about come over here, Daddy.
Yeah, Daddy. Oh man, I love Unrighteous Gemstones.
Plant, you weirdo.
I love how much stank they put on the Daddy in Righteous Gemstones. And they said they do that on purpose to try to make each other laugh. So the most Daddy, because sometimes you'll hear them and they're like Daddy,
trying to break each other.
Yeah, with the silliest Daddy they can. Diane Rozier, mom, says it helps keep me relaxed too. And when he's on TV, you can feel part of it too. You can feel the excitement. We stomp and yell and carry on. Yeah. And Dad says, you miss him. You really do. You look at the TV and it's like he's still here. Okay. Right. Diane then says, every mama wants to see her kid in there. If I had my say, he'd be in there all the time playing, Coach Mama would put him in. Coach Big Mama. Rozier said, I'm the kind of person who's not very patient. I want things to happen now. But Jordan and Worthy, they all had to wait. It makes them better people on and off the court. This is one of the times I have to wait. And not really. They gave Jordan a game-winning shot in a championship when he was a freshman. So, I mean, he played less minutes, but they'd put him in when it mattered. I don't know if you're in that situation. That's a big difference, but that's okay. He's playing center in college here. In 34 games, he only starts one game. 9.3 minutes a game. So, I mean, they're starting him off slow. Yeah. Mixing him in the mix. Only 4.9 points and 3 rebounds a game his freshman year. So, again, they're starting him out real slow, letting him get his...
Set the world on fire with those numbers, though.
No, not at all. He's not getting to play. And that, despite all of his saying how Dean Smith knows everything and he's just going with the program, he gets so fucking pissed off that he didn't play very much that he transfers after the season.
Really?
Yeah, can't trust the process here at all. He's said he's impatient, and he is. He's going to transfer, and he announces a decision. He cited a desire to evolve into a more prominent college and potential pro player, reflecting the challenges that he faced in adapting to Smith's patient and rotation-based approach amid a deep and talented roster. Yeah, he's a small fish in a big pond now, rather than being Mr. Florida basketball. Right. Now he's one of people trying to get on the court, and he doesn't like that. They said that this move came shortly after UNC's Final Four run. So he went to the Final Four and wants out of there. Wow. That says a lot about someone's character if they go to the Final Four in a program that Jordan was in and they're like, but I need it right this second. Yeah. I can't wait. I can't wait even a couple of months. Wow. That's not good. Delayed gratification is the biggest sign of maturity, if you're okay with that.
If you're comfortable with it?
If you can delay gratification and not freak out, that's the biggest sign of maturity.
Really?
I think everybody that fucks shit up, people that end up in jail, people that do dumb shit, people that knock people up for when they don't want to and all that, it's all because they couldn't have delayed gratification. That's all it was. I needed to put my dick in right now, not after I go to 7-Eleven to get a fucking condom. It's that type of shit. So anyway, I guess Kentucky was recruiting him.
Oh.
And May 8th, 1991, big article here, headline, Kentucky admits violation in recruiting Clifford Rozier.
Imagine you've got both of them recruiting you. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Problem is you can't recruit a guy who's already on somebody's team.
Oh, right.
That's the issue. They said the University of Kentucky, coming off a 2-year NCAA probation for basketball recruiting misdeeds and academic fraud, admitted it violated another rule last weekend in recruiting a transfer player. You can't do that. That's tampering. Even in the pros, you're not allowed to do that.
No.
Kentucky athletic director and coach Rick Pitino said the violation occurred when recruit Clifford Rozier attended a post-Kentucky Derby party at a Louisville home Saturday night. Yeah. Where he got 8 blowjobs in a room somewhere, I'm sure.
Got a lot of alcohol going on, I'm sure of that.
Oh, I'm sure he had a good old time. The applicable rule states that a school may entertain a recruit only within a 30-mile radius of the school, and Louisville is 75 miles west of Lexington.
Oh, damn.
So it's only how they did it. It's not even that they did it. So anyway, he was at Kentucky for a 48-hour official visit over the weekend, and they said, we understand the rules and we're going to follow them. They just didn't think it was,
Just didn't know. I knew it was a rule, didn't know it was a law.
Yeah, it was literally 45 more miles. It's the same thing, though. If the house and party was within the sphere, it would have been fine.
Sure. Yeah.
The athletic director said, I'd be surprised if they treat it any differently than a secondary violation. And Pitino said, the penalty we'll face is not having a great player in our program.
Right.
The university's procedure for reporting the violation will be to submit a report to the Southeastern Conference and all of that. The athletic director said, I think Kramer was appreciative that we were on top of it. He agreed with the stance we took to close the recruiting. Mm-hmm. So Pitino attended the Derby and said he was notified by a personal friend that Rozier had attended the party with Kentucky guard Sean Woods and former players Reggie Hansen and Paul Andrews. Pitino described the violation as both a high and low moment because Rozier told him that he would attend Kentucky next season. Uh-huh. So he's like, sweet, got him. And then they were like, no, you don't, fucker. He said, no matter how minor or major it may be, it's a violation, Pitino said. We turned ourselves immediately in and we have stopped recruiting Clifford Rozier, which is very unfortunate for us because he is just about better than any high school player we could hope to get, and he'd have a year under his belt, too.
Okay.
So that makes perfect sense. Pitino said his intent was to show a player a good time, meaning the guy who invited him to the party, the Woods guy, the other player. He said that he doesn't want this Woods guy to be the fall guy. He said, I feel sorry for him. He was just trying to help, but his methods were wrong. That'll happen. May 17th, 1991, Rozier plans to transfer from UNC to Louisville.
Here we go.
There we go. He's going to Kentucky one way or the fucking other here. He said that the recruiting controversy around him was, quote, ridiculous, first of all. Ridiculous. And he said he can't wait to play for Louisville. He said they have a running team. That's something I was used to in high school. They have a lot of athletes, good players. Basically, Coach Crum lets players do the things they're good at. And I think that's something that will help me in the long run. Okay. And don't learn new things. Only do what you're comfortable doing over and over again. That makes
it's for the best.
Oh, it's for the best, exactly. That's the way you really live life, I think. That's the best way to do it.
Stay in your comfortable sweet spot and never
Don't grow.
No.
Don't grow. Exactly.
Growth is the mother of all fuck-ups.
Growth is the enemy here.
Oh,
and
boy.
For him, it really fucked up his whole life, too. It really put him in the spotlight. Growth is the enemy is probably the name of this show, by the way, this week. And he said he wanted to go here. He said it's the rivalry between Louisville and Kentucky. The coaches at Louisville were careful during my visit, and I didn't do anything to break any rules. It's too bad things happen between the Kentucky schools. It makes me look like a bad person that he went to the rival instead. He's like, I just wanted to go to a good school. I don't give a fuck which basketball school I go to. Now he has to sit out a year because of the transfer. This isn't like now. So he has to sit out his whole sophomore season, and then he still has 3 years remaining eligibility. February 13th, 1992, his sister, Kira, is the starting center for the South Florida women's team.
How about it?
She's a freshman, averaging 9.4 points and 7.5 rebounds while Clifford sits out. So she's 6'2", by the way. Wow. So does not play this year, sat out his mandatory season, and all of that horse shit. And February 1992, he's bored.
Yeah.
He's sitting out the 91-92 season. Yeah. He's not even in school. He might be in Louisville. I'm not sure if he can go to school or not, but he's at the school anyway. And he is arrested on February 92. This isn't good. By the University of Louisville police and charged with third-degree criminal trespass for entering a dormitory he'd been barred from.
Oh. He's already been told not to be here.
Yeah, he's already been banned. He's been trespassed, and he's back. So anyway, and he's also having academic difficulty at Louisville as well.
He's a dum-dum.
Not doing well there. The coach, Denny Crum, assessing his team's outlook for 92-93 when he'd be, an available player.
Sure.
He said that he'll have a major role if he's academically eligible. He said, quote, I don't want to talk about him until he makes his grades. Hopefully he will. Yeah, but I don't like to speculate. I'm hopeful he'll be able to play.
Right.
So we don't know. Who knows? In the media guide, Rozier stated that his goal was to own a business one day.
Oh.
He claimed to enjoy camping and playing tennis, which I've never once heard of anything of this guy playing any kind of tennis, but maybe he's doing it while he's off to stay in shape.
I don't recall hearing anybody in my life that enjoyed those two things.
Camping and tennis? Yeah, they're weird.
Those are different people.
They're disparate. Very disparate. What do we just hear on Small Town Murder that was one of those? It was like that and that he likes? What the hell is that? Oh, the guy was a pianist and a welder.
Yeah.
It was like, huh?
Very good.
What the? You don't get that.
No.
He listed his father, Clifford Sr., as the best athlete he ever faced ever faced.
Wow.
Cliff Sr. Not Eric Montross, Cliff Sr. And also as the person who had the biggest influence on his athletic career, all that kind of shit. 92-93 Louisville, they're 22-9.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good on this team. Greg Minor, that's different, not Harold Minor, Greg Minor.
Greg Minor was the...
I don't know Greg Minor. He's a guard. I know Harold.
They were brothers, right?
Probably. He's a guard too, so that sounds right. Same right around the time.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a guy I've never heard of, but maybe the best basketball name that's ever existed.
Tell me.
Brian Hopgood.
Don't know him. That's a good name.
It's a great Hopgood.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's perfect. As a sophomore here, he does very well. Much better. He starts 30 out of 31 games and plays 30.8 minutes a game. They weren't fucking around when they said they were going to play him. Averaging 15.7 points and 10.9 rebounds, and he's named the best player in the Metro Conference.
Wow.
Which is goddamn good stuff here. So he came in, and when in his environment, he plays very well. Problem is, September 5th, 1993, there's a big headline in the Louisville Courier-Journal. Cards Rozier faces charges after incident.
Uh-oh.
He was arrested late Friday night on charges of alcohol intoxication, resisting arrest, criminal littering, and menacing.
Well, those are all pretty bad. That's a shitty situation is what that is.
That sounds like he let his mouth get him more charges than he would have had if he just shut the fuck up and took the ticket for underage consumption.
Just shut up and go your way. But he had a bad night.
He didn't have a good night at all. He had a chip on his shoulder about something. He pleaded not guilty during his arraignment and was released on his own recognizance. He'll be on the court anyway here. All the charges are Class B misdemeanors, and they all carry a penalty of up to 90 days or a fine. So... According to the police report, a patrolman saw Rozier throw trash out of the passenger side window of a car parked in a handicap space on the 5300 block of South 3rd Street. While the driver, who was not identified, was being cited for parking in the handicap space, Rozier twice got out of the car despite an officer's request to stay inside. You dumb fuck. You fucking idiot.
You didn't have to do that at all.
He wasn't out on the streets drunk and talked to himself. He didn't have to do shit.
Cop said, don't. And he said, I will.
I bet he wasn't even going to charge him for the littering. He was just got his attention to get him for the handicap spot.
Very likely, yeah.
He said the second time, Rozier, quote, doubled his fist in a threatening manner as the officer approached him. He acted like he was going to punch him.
Yeah.
As the officer attempted to handcuff Rozier, he pulled away and resisted, the report said, adding that Rozier had bloodshot eyes and smelled of alcohol. Police said they found several wine bottles inside and outside the car.
Why would he have that?
How the fuck did they get outside the car? What happened? What were they doing, man? The coach, Denny Crum, said he was well aware of the incident and said, quote, we will thoroughly review the matter internally and will have no further comment. In other words,
we'll deal
see
with
that
this
rug?
later and never talk about it again. Yeah.
See that rug? Hand me this broom.
Yeah. We'll never talk about this ever again.
Nope. So that's what he's doing. They said he transferred, and here he is. 93-94, Louisville Cardinals, 28-6. Even better this year. Not bad. 10th in the final AP poll here.
Great.
Again, these guys, nobody that are really like big NBA stars on this team or anything. So Jimmy King was a good player for a while, I think. Not this year. Christ. No, he wasn't. 5 games, and he averaged 0 points. That's not good.
That's real bad.
I think he was a good player at one point. I think he played for somebody else and transferred.
I think you might
be
thinking of Stacey King.
No, I was thinking of Jimmy King because it's spelled like you, and that fucking jogged it in my brain.
Did we perhaps talk about him last week?
He might have been a great high school player that was one of those guys that was like a elite high school player that turned out to have 0 points a game one year. October 30th, 1993. The day before his birthday, Rozier says he's not planning an early exit.
No?
Nope. He says he doesn't he says he's prepared to open practice for the season here. Yeah. And he said he made a promise to the fans not to deliver. Stick around. That he pledges that he won't just take the money and go for the draft. Yeah. He said, the paper said, there's big bucks out there that lured out Chris Webber, Anthony Hardaway, Penny, Jamal Mashburn, Sean Bradley into the NBA before their eligibility had expired. If you're young and listening and don't get it, it used to be a big deal when guys didn't play all 4 years.
Yeah.
That was a big deal. When they came out early, even after their junior season, people were like, whoa, mind blown.
Why?
What a risk.
Yeah.
What a risk. He said, quote, I'm definitely going to stick around. His next line should have been, I only had 15.7 points a game last year, and I don't think the NBA is going to pick me in the first.
Nobody wants me.
I don't think I'm a lottery pick, so I'm going to stay. He said, I ain't going nowhere. We got some winning to do here. Even if we win the national championship, I'm back next season. Right. The only thing I've given any thought to is getting back on the court. I really just want to continue playing. The NBA hasn't even crossed my mind. Oh. Come on, Clifford. Come now. Clifford.
I'm not even thinking about I don't consider.
Didn't even cross my mind. Uh-huh. He said that, he said, winning games here is the only thing I'm thinking about. He said, I'm getting stronger and faster, and coach is teaching me a lot. I've got a lot of holes in my game I think I need to fill. Yeah, because they were asking him, are you going to skip it? Are you going to skip it? They said that this is the coach. I'd be surprised if Cliff came into this season even worrying about next year. And to be honest with you, I'm not either. It's always a possibility, I guess. If you can get the kind of money they're throwing around, you'd be crazy not to take it. You'd be an absolute nut.
Absolute moron, yeah.
Yeah. On the other hand, if you know you have a great team coming back and a chance to win the national championship, you might want to enhance your position, and that might weigh on some people's minds. And then obviously, too, you have you could get hurt and all that.
Sure.
So, okay, November 20th, 1993. Here is a headline, and this is, just keep this in mind for later on. Quote, Rozier says and does all of the right things is the headline.
All of the right things?
Says and does, both, all the right things.
All right.
Yeah. This is the Evansville Courier and Press. Mm-hmm. They say, Clifford Rozier will contemplate the past if you ask him, but he doesn't dwell on what-ifs. While Rozier was named Metro Conference Player of the Year in his first season at Louisville, he says North Carolina won the NCAA tournament title. So he threw away winning a national championship, though, but he wouldn't have had those kind of stats. Rozier said it worked out for the best. Who knows? If I had stayed at Carolina, they might have lost. They had the right chemistry, and it was their turn to win. Coach Smith had only won one other national championship. They're the team to beat again this year. Right. Rozier says he has no regrets and no hard feelings toward the Tar Heels.
Or hard feelings.
He said, quote, I made the move to benefit Clifford. Here we go. Here it comes, everybody.
Oh, Clifford.
Clifford hasn't made a dime, and he's already third-personing. Yeah. He said North Carolina will go on as a good school. They're always recruiting good players. When asked if his goal is to repeat as Metro Player of the Year, he said, our goal is to get to Charlotte for the Final Four. I believe if we win enough games, the individual honors will come.
There it is.
That's right. That's right. So he's doing great. He said sometimes you make goals you can't achieve and you're really disappointed you can't get there. Everybody has to pull together, saying they wanted to win the championship last year. He said that they lost their leading scorer, who averaged 16.1 points a game last year. And he said it's a major setback. He's a leader and one of the two seniors on the team who plays much. He's our go-to guy. It puts a lot of pressure on Coach Crum to use different players until he gets back in the lineup. When he was hurt there. He then says it always takes time with freshmen, Rozier said. They come to school as the main attraction, the go-to guys. In college, they have to become role players and learn the system. It can be a shock, but our guys are learning fast.
No shock to the system.
And he said he's learned to deal with his critics. Some say he doesn't always play with intensity. Takes a plays off here. He says, I answer that by stating that everyone has a right to his opinion, but it's only that, an opinion. I want to go out and do what it takes for Louisville to win. I need to play up to 40 minutes as hard as I can. 40 is a whole college game, by the way. Like it's my last game.
2 20-minute halves.
November 24th, 1993. His criminal littering charge is all taken care of now.
Oh, good.
He is going to plead guilty to criminal littering and get, you, sir, may fuck off, a $50 fine.
Criminal littering. Not even just civil. This is
criminal. You fucking criminal. He also pleaded guilty to an amended charge of harassment, and the judge conditionally waived a $100 fine for 2 years on the harassment charge. Okay. So one of Rozier's most notable performances of the season came on December 11th, 1993, when he set an NCAA single-game record for field goal percentage by going 15 for 15 from the floor against Eastern Kentucky, scoring 32 points in a big win.
Hell yeah.
This feat remains the highest perfect shooting performance in Division I history for that many attempts.
Wow.
To this day. Okay. On February 11th, 1994, Tampa Tribune as a headline, Louisville's Rozier does things his way. Oh, boy.
Or no way, yeah.
Yeah, they said the head coach was away. Denny Crum had been inducted to the Basketball Hall of Fame and was in New York for a news conference. His team was almost on its own at a practice in Tampa early Wednesday evening. After a few drills, the players lounged. Nothing serious. The USF game was a full day away. In short, walk-ons were welcome. The liveliest newcomer was 2 foot 6 inches tall and weighed 43 pounds.
What?
He's going to be tough on the dribble, man. Those guys low to the floor, low center of gravity. You can't take that ball. Look at Muggsy.
2 foot what?
2 foot 6, 43 pounds. He's going to be a beast on D. You can't stop him. His paternal grandparents tried a collapsing defense to keep him off the Sundome floor. 3-year-olds eat collapsing defenses alive. Yeah. Diane, the grandmother, says no one tells him what to do. Dominique is just like his daddy. Oh, boy, Clifford's got a baby.
Nobody tells daddy what to do.
Nope. The child lifted an orange boulder from a practice rack. Dominique, whose mother lives in Bradenton and whose father is a junior at the University of Louisville, wanted to play with the older boys. Dominique's father called to him after lazily sinking a jumper. Stay out of the way, he told his son. He's 3. Stay out of the way means nothing. That bounced off him like a fucking bullet off RoboCop. That's ridiculous. Just, that's silly. Dominique ignored him, stumbled after another loose ball. His father smiled ever so slightly. Got his own way, Clifford Rozier said. I mean, the kid does. He's got his own way, does his thing. They describe him here. So now maybe Daddy knows how people feel about him. He remains a friendly, boisterous, and invariable, uncontrollable youngster.
Right.
Yeah, a talent worthy of college honors and soon professional dollars. He fills a room with his smile or a police blotter with ink. He can dominate a second half after sleeping through the first. He can be NBA, he can be CBA, as Dick Vitale suggested. Up to him. He remains totally Clifford. His mother said, a lot of people are mysteries. Whoever understood Howard Hughes? Who understands Michael Jordan? People like Clifford out to accomplish big things. Their brainwaves are not like ours.
Right. Nobody else gets it.
He doesn't even, his brainwaves aren't like ours. Einstein, Howard Hughes, Jordan, guys like that, maybe. People really vibrating on a high level, but us regular folk, we're...
Not a chance.
Yeah, we just bask in his reflected light and his reflected glory.
Yeah.
What is he? To Diane and her former husband, Cliff Sr., apparently that hasn't worked out. The oldest son will always be Bug, short for Junebug, a nickname Cliff Jr. picked up long before he dominated in basketball here.
Right.
So he said, all Diane and her ex-husband know is their son has a talent, and he came a long way to get where he is. He wore braces for 7 years as a child.
Oh, what?
To straighten. Oh, there's a misprint. It says to straighten bowlers. Do they mean molars?
Molars? 7 years to straighten?
7. I've never heard of 7 years of braces. 7 years I've never heard of that before.
I've heard of 3.
2? 3 is like extreme.
Yeah, that's
Holy
absurd.
shit.
Yeah,
you're like, wow.
That means you're going to wear
been...
just like that metal headgear at night for the rest of your life.
Those motherfuckers were in upside down is what that means. Like that wasn't, they had to spin them.
Born with somebody else's teeth.
Yeah, like crooked and fucking in the wrong places, molars up front.
7 years.
Incisors in the back. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. 7 years.
Move around for God's
to really
sake.
get it going. Now, Cliff Sr. said he marches to his own drum. Who doesn't?
Right.
I guess. Thursday's game with USF provided typical Cliff notes. He spun on the baseline and dunked, then walked back on defense. He seemed to disappear as South Florida made this a game at the half, but after a pause, Clifford rose against USF's single-man coverage. He said, quote, "They were disrespectful covering me with one guy."
How dare they?
That's like when Larry Bird would yell at coaches that they were being disrespectful when they put a white guy on him. He'd go, "Are you fucking disrespecting me right now, motherfucker?" He'd yell at them, "Don't put this fucking white guy on me. That's bullshit." He goes, "You know that's bull." Like, I'm offended by that shit, right? How dare you? So Clifford dunked. He made 8 straight points, blocked 5 shots. He hit a ridiculous scoop. Clifford scored 25 and his team won 65-50. He was the difference, USF coach said. See, even when he's lazy, he can do it. That's a problem in the NBA, though. That's going to be bad. They said this is the way it usually works with Clifford, who is 21 and was Metro Conference Player of the Year last year. Bears often work harder in the winter than he does, though. That's not good, because they're sleeping. He calls his Hall of Fame coach Denny, or the new one, Boss Man.
Yeah.
How about Coach? That's usually more.
Coach is good. Yeah. You don't call them by their first name, that's for sure.
No, and Boss Man means you're getting paid, so I'd like to check into that. Boss Man puts up with it and hangs 10 on Clifford's brain waves. He is that good when he wants to be. Rozier says, the label doesn't bother me.
No.
He says, no. He says that he traces that back to leaving Chapel Hill after his freshman year. He says, no one does that. No one. He's proud of it. No one leaves Dean Smith. He thinks no one in college basketball can stop him down low. He thinks he'll play in the NBA, probably after his senior season. And he said labels mean nothing to him. He says, I hear a lot of people talking about the NBA, these same ones that said after I left Carolina that I'd wind up in Florida working on a garbage truck. And so they said Dominique was scrambling for another basketball. His father scooped him up and walked toward an exit. The child played with his father's shaved head. Well, it was round enough. It's like a ball. Rozier said, I don't care what people think. He said then the kid was doing all sorts of shit, and Clifford stopped and tried to keep him from squirming and said, that's kids. Yeah, they squirm. Yeah. So this year, here he is, 34 games played, 34 games started, 32.5 minutes per game, 18.1 points, 11.1 rebounds, so he improved on everything this year. Not bad. Also 2.2 blocks a game, which is an improvement of almost a whole block from the year before. Denny Crum said he was probably the best rebounder I ever had. And he said he never had a problem with Rozier, although in later years, he'll have a problem with Rozier when he's not on the team anymore, and his mother is calling Denny Crum for advice on how to deal with him.
Nice.
So later on, he's got a little bit of a drug issue, and his mom's calling the coach, and the coach said, I told her I wished I could snap my fingers and come up with an answer, but she needs to find him professional help, is what he said later.
I got nothing for him. I don't do drugs. I don't know how to help that.
I can't help. I can't make him stop doing drugs.
No.
I mean, that's especially from a distance.
That seems like
fuck you gonna do that?
an issue he's got to tackle.
I would say so. So 1994, he is ready for prime time.
Yeah.
He's coming out in the NBA draft, baby.
Here we go.
Here we go. And I think this is after his junior year, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, junior year. It's been 4 years since high school, but he sat out a year. So his junior year, 1994 NBA draft is in Indianapolis.
Oh, 94.
94. Here we go. Number one overall pick, 1994, right in your wheelhouse, Jimmy. Right in both our wheelhouses. Who is it?
Iverson? No.
It is not. That was 96.
It's 94.
Or 7.
Is that?
94.
Shit, is that Alonzo Mourning?
It is not.
Who the fuck?
1994, number one draft pick, Glenn Robinson. Big dog.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
It's a good pick. Out of Purdue there. He played 11 years in the league. Problem is number two and three pick were much better.
Yeah.
Is the problem. Number 2 overall is Jason Kidd.
Yeah.
Which, had a pretty goddamn good career.
It's a great guard. Yeah. He beats the shit out of his wife, but boy, oh boy.
He's a scum. We've talked about him. He's a dickhead.
Boy, does he suck, but boy, is he good.
19 years in the league. Not bad.
Yeah.
Then number 3 overall. Know who it is?
Shit. Is it Mashburn?
No, Grant Hill.
Oh.
Grant Hill.
Similar guy.
So Grant Hill was a tremendous.
Yeah.
Before he hurt himself, he was so fucking good.
Deadly. Yeah.
And there was guys in the league that, do interviews now that were in the league at the time and said his first couple years before he hurt his knee, they said that he was the next Jordan.
He was going to be a problem. Yeah.
They said that was the guy. He could do everything and you couldn't fucking stop him. He had the quickest first step anybody had ever seen for a guy who's 6'8". That's a pretty impressive thing.
What Jordan was dangerous for was obviously his cuts to the basket for easy shots, but he was so fucking good at a 15-foot jumper, and so was Grant Hill. Disgusting mid-range jumper and you can't guard it.
No, Hill did everything well.
Yeah.
Everything. Yeah. And they said as quick a first step as Hill had too, that mid-range jumper was a motherfucker because if he head faked, you had to respect it, and then he'd blow by you and you were fucked. So, and if you got too low, he'd just shoot you. He'd just shoot over you, and that was that.
Right. And if you bite on his drive and you're 3 steps back, he's pulling up and it's over anyway. We're back down the other side of the court. He was so good.
Absolutely. He was so good. Number 4, Detroit, Donyell Marshall, number 4 from Minnesota. Going to Minnesota. Yeah, he played 15 years in the league. I mean, he did his thing. Number 5, Juwan Howard. Also one of the Michigan fellas coming in. 19 years in the league there. Mm-hmm. Number 6, not a great pick, Sharon Wright of Philly. 4 years in the league. Philly picked him. Sharon Wright. Jesus. Clippers after that, Lamont Murray, Brian Grant for Sacramento. His freshman teammate, Clifford's freshman teammate, Eric Montross, goes number 9 to Boston. They deemed him white enough to be drafted by them.
Is that right?
He's one of the whitest players who's ever played in the league, and they were like, I mean, there's no other spot better than Boston.
It's here or Utah or the Grizzlies, but they've got Big Country. They don't need you.
No, they got him, I think, the next year, Big Country, right? Number 10 overall, Eddie Jones. Eddie Jones, a real underrated player. Yeah. Nobody remembers shit about Eddie Jones. That motherfucker could score at one time.
Was that Eddie Popeye Jones?
No, that was just Eddie Jones. Played for the Heat after that, played for the Lakers. He left. He played for the Lakers and then left after Kobe came up because they were bumping his playing time and went down to Miami and was real nasty down there. Eddie, see what I mean? Eddie was such a good player, and he was in the league for 14 years, and you don't even remember which one he is.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Carlos Rogers, Khalid Reeves, Jalen Rose, 13th overall.
Great pick, yeah.
Yinka Dare, one of the worst first-round picks of all time there.
Clippers, or where was that, New York?
The Nets. The Nets, New Jersey. Yeah, we'll put them where they belong. Yeah. Eric Pietkowski, Indiana Clippers, again.
Right? Indiana.
And then number 16 overall, the Golden State Warriors choose Clifford Rozier out of Louisville.
Right.
16th overall. Yep. After that, you had Aaron McKee, Eric Mobley, Tony Dumas, B.J. Tyler, Dickie Simpkins, Bill Curley, Wesley Pearson, Monty Williams, Greg Minor, Charlie Ward, the Heisman Trophy winner, and Brooks Thompson. Trying to look who else came. Antonio
pretty solid
Lang.
First round.
It's not bad. They had before that, the couple years before that was like the Chris Webber, Penny Hardaway. It was a stacked draft, and Jamal Mashburn was the year before, I believe. Bunch of stacked guys there,
because
too.
the Mavericks
Shaq
had
was involved.
Mashburn, Kidd, and
they had that fun fucking.
oh my God, it was a great.
If you played Live
Hardaway?
95, no, the Hardaway went to Orlando.
Who
but
the fuck
if you,
was there?
He went to Golden State, traded to Orlando, but he, I don't remember now.
Jimmie Jackson.
Jimmie Jackson. There you
Yeah.
go. That was 97, I think.
I think it was that year. I think it was
Maybe.
Nash.
Yeah, Steve Nash. There you go. Yeah,
And
there you go.
Jackson. God damn.
Yeah, they had a young team,
Yeah.
good young team. Then they broke it up. Who else? Vashawn Leonard, Howard Isley. Those are second rounders. So Don Nelson of the Warriors looking for a big man who can dominate. So he's trying here. In 94, he picks him, and he's thinking that this will allow Webber to only play power forward and then move Billy Owens to the 3. Okay. So that's what he's looking to do here. He said, Don Nelson, after drafting Rozier, I like a lot of young guys. That's a really bad statement to make.
Don't ever say those words.
He said he's made mistakes. The more he's matured, the more highly he's been thought of. I wouldn't call him a risk. When the subject of his effort or lack of thereof is brought up to Nelson, he says one of the things that happens to gifted players is the game comes so easily to them that they don't always work as hard as they should. And he said, in the subject of desire, he said there's room for improvement there. Okay. So that's everybody said that. Yeah. You know what I mean? He said that the subject of Rozier's final 2 college games came up, which was NCAA tournament games in which he scored 2 and 5 points. Ooh. Nelson said there was a reason for that. He was double teamed, and when he passed the ball every time. They're saying that was seemed to be the strategy of the coach. As soon as you get it, kick it back out because they're going to double you. So they said that Warriors got Rozier on a conference call with reporters who inquired about an incident in which Rozier was being followed by police and threw an open can of beer out the window.
That's what he did?
That's what they say. Littering, he said, by way of explanation. That's all it really was. It was a certain policeman who didn't like the idea of the way basketball players get treated. Because if you threw a fucking beer can out your window, they would totally be fine with it, right?
Littering would be the last thing on their mind.
They'd be like, oh, it's just it's not a basketball player. It's fine. What an idiot. It was a messy first impression, which got messier after the draft had concluded. Nelson had left the building, and reporters were packing up their recorders and shit. It was then that the Warriors' public relations director announced that the team was actively working on a trade. The specifics of such couldn't be divulged for, quote, at least another 9 days.
Wow.
So at the end of the evening, there was no certainty that they were even hanging on to Rozier or announcing him as their new guy. He was just like kind of in limbo here. Turns out he stayed. The trade was for other people, Marcelonis and Byron Houston to Seattle for Ricky Pierce and Carlos Rogers. Mm-hmm. So this is July 13th, 2003. There's an article that says, best day as an athlete. And he says, about his stuff, the day I was drafted, that would have to be the highlight of my career. My mom and pop and my brother were there with me in Indianapolis. There were a lot of people in there, maybe 20,000. It was a bigger event than I had anticipated. The way the NBA handled the college players, the way they treated you, took away a lot of the suspense of not knowing, where you'd end up playing and whether you'd be up to playing at that level. Right. He said, my thoughts that day were not at all on the work and preparation I did that got me to that point, but rather I was overcome by a sense of relief that, quote, it's finally over.
Oh, thank God.
Wow, you are completely wrong. It is now at the hard part.
Yeah, it just started, man.
Yeah, now everybody I play against is good. He said I was 21 years old and all I was thinking about was playing basketball. Yeah, you're going to have to guard Akeem Olajuwon and Shaq and fucking Ewing
David
and
Robinson.
That's who you're guarding now. This isn't Louisville. This is crazy.
Going to get real ugly real fast.
Dude, the 90s center game was rough.
Crazy.
These were a lot of really good centers. They played rough and tough, and the D was no shit down there. It wasn't like now where, the center game was in the paint and it was rough. Certainly. It was a different game. So right away, he's chosen, this is so dumb, he's chosen as the 16th overall pick. So you're going to get a good chunk of money up front.
Yeah.
You want to take that and, do something smart with it.
Certainly.
In case something happens here. The things that he does that are smart is he buys $250,000 worth of clothes.
Fucking A, yeah.
Clothes.
Well, he probably doesn't have many.
In 94?
Yeah.
I haven't spent $250,000 on clothes in my entire life. Ever. If you added everything from fucking onesies on up, not even close to that. Nowhere near it. And he bought a $100,000 Mercedes in 94.
$100,000 1995 Mercedes.
What the fuck was that? An SL convertible?
It's an SL 500 or
SL
a Maybach.
500 or maybe. Do they have those in 94?
Maybach started in the 90s for sure.
I thought it started in the late 90s, but it might have been then, yeah. $100,000. It's not like every fucking car is $100,000 now. Pickup trucks are $100,000 now, but not then. That's crazy.
It started in 1909, but they
making those models.
Yeah, I mean they've been doing. They did Daimler Chryslers. They did all kinds of cars. So it depends on who they were contracted with. 97 is when they started the Mercedes.
That's exactly what I thought it was for some reason. 97.
96 in the 60s. It was.
Don't know why.
It was they've been doing Benzes and Rolls Royces since the 60s. So who the fuck knows? It could have been a Maybach. It could have been one of those fucking Rentec V12 SL 500s.
Yep.
Either way, it's a fucked with Mercedes. It's not a manufacturer car. It's a crazy car.
He said he would pull his new car into the parking lot before games and step out wearing a $3,000 suit and $700 size 17 shoes.
Hasn't done a goddamn thing.
He must be. Is he hanging out with Derek Bell? Because this is like at the same time they're doing the same dumb shit. I mean, this is dumb. Is this?
It was a thing, right? That they would do that back then. That just like once you made it, they started just blowing it.
This isn't all his fault either, though, with the clothes and with the shit. The NBA back then, the older players and the more established veterans would make fun of the rookies if they weren't in top-notch shit. Like, there's all these fucking stories of Charles Oakley would do that with guys. They go, we're going to you're shopping, motherfucker. I'm taking you to this is bullshit. You look like ball, And they take them out, make them spend $100,000 on clothes. And they're like, holy fuck, I couldn't afford that. I was scared shitless.
Roast me all you want. I'm not spending $100,000 on clothes.
No.
Make fun of me every day. I don't give a shit.
I can't remember the fucking player, but there was a player talking about Charles Oakley in the late 90s when Oak was like a veteran, been around forever and making big money and all that kind of shit. And this player was saying he was a rookie and he was trying to buy a car.
Yeah.
And he walked in to buy a car and they wouldn't fucking let him buy a car because he didn't have any credit.
And nothing, right.
And he's like, but I'm on the team and shit. And they're like, man, get the fuck out of here. And they sent him away. Yeah. So he got all upset. And he said Charles Oakley called him from his car phone back in the day. And he said, what happened? He's like, man, this is fucking bullshit, man. I tried to buy this car for fucking $70,000, man. And they wouldn't fucking let me do it. I got to go do all this shit. And Oak said, be down outside in 10 minutes. And the guy said, all right.
Yeah.
And then he said he went down there. He said, and he goes, Oak pulls up in his crazy ass fucking, $200,000 car.
Yeah.
And he goes, what you need, 70? He said, man, get it out the fucking bag. And he said, in the back seat, he had a fucking duffel bag full of cash, full of stacked fucking $10,000 stacks of cash. And he said, I just took 7 stacks. And he said, all right. He goes, I never paid him back. He never asked for it. I don't even know what the fuck. He just gave me $70,000 in cash.
Who said that?
I can't remember the fucking player, but he was a rookie at the time. He goes, I just went and I bought the car with the $70,000 Charles Oakley gave me. But he goes, man, get it out the fuck.
$70,000.
He said it annoyed. Like, man, get it out the fucking bag. Like, what are you thinking, man? Like, he's a pimp, Charles Oakley.
How much money did he make? He had to make a shitload, right?
He made a shitload, yeah. He was around for a long time.
Is he okay?
He's doing great, Charles Oakley, I think. He's a crazy motherfucker. Him and my favorite story is the guy, when he was a coach, he told a player not to have a towel on his head during the game, and then he had a towel on his head.
Yeah.
And he told him on the bench, I'm going to fucking smack the shit out of you after this game. He goes, he went in there and started giving this guy the business, and he goes, this guy was sitting on the thing, and he goes, Oak was about to hit him, and it's Steven Jackson telling the story. He goes, I had to go over and grab him. I go, please don't slap. You're a coach. You can't slap people. You're a coach. Please don't slap the shit out of him, man. Please don't do that. I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but he goes, you're going to fuck up his whole psyche if you beat him up now. That's not going to be good
everything.
for us. He
only made $43 million.
Wow. Well, he didn't give a fuck then.
No. His first year, rookie year, made $75,000 with the Bulls.
Yeah.
The man didn't make shit. I mean,
no.
We're talking about 1996 money. He did fine.
Then he made a lot of money after that. From the Knicks, he made a bunch of money. Then he went to Toronto, and he was the veteran getting paid up there.
Biggest season he ever made was $12 million. But he played 19 years, made $12 million 1 year, only made $30 million over 18 years.
He spent
for
like
Charles
a motherfucker.
Oakley.
For Charles Oakley.
What a deal.
Just those giant ass suits had to be expensive. Those are huge. He's a big man. So 94-95 Golden State. Let's see how this stew of a roster comes together. How this soup tastes. 26-56. They suck.
Yeah.
That is terrible. Don Nelson gets fired halfway through the year.
And terrible.
Fucking bad. And Bob Lanier takes over, the NBA Hall of Famer, Bob Lanier in there. Or Basketball Hall of Famer. There's no NBA Hall of Fame. So there you go. That's what happens that year. I'll read off their lineup here, or their roster. Yeah. Victor Alexander, Manute Bull on this squad.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah. Chris Gatling, here's one of our guys.
Yeah.
Wow, they had Gatling and Rozier on the same fucking team.
Time.
Wow, Tom Gugliotta's goofy ass.
Yeah.
Tim Hardaway and his crossover. Rod Higgins, Keith Jennings, Tim Legler, Ryan Lorthridge, Danielle Marshall, Dwayne Morton, Chris Mullen, Ricky Pierce, Carlos Rogers, Cliff Rozier, Ronnie Cycli, and David Wood, and of course, Latrell Sprewell.
Yeah.
So May 11th, 1995, Rozier, this is fucking insane. Rozier seeks okay to join Sharks is the headline.
The San Jose?
This is so weird. If Clifford Rozier has his way, he will be in a Florida Sharks uniform for next Tuesday night's USBA or USBL home opener at the Manatee Civic Center in Palmetto.
Oh, because it's home. He wants to play with the local team?
You're in the NBA, motherfucker. You're a first-round draft pick.
You play for the Warriors, man.
What are you doing? He said, I want to play here while watching the Sharks work out Wednesday afternoon at the Manatee Community College Hal Chasey Gym, but I have some things to mull over and work out. Okay.
Yeah.
The final decision might not be for the former Southeast High School stars to make, though. The Golden State Warriors, with whom he recently completed his rookie season, have yet to give their blessing for his request to play here. I guess because their season's over, there's no playoffs. So he's looking to do like a winter league for like they do in baseball.
I feel like I could be a star down here.
I think I can do it. The Warriors' concern, according to Sharks general manager Jim Jennings, is in the area of insurance. Yeah. The coach said if he can play for us and not adversely affect his contract with the Warriors, there's no problem. But I think they'll need to do some revisions to his contract before he can play here. It's my understanding that under his current contract, if he were to come here and get hurt, his contract would become invalid. Right. That's not good. Rozier could not confirm that was the case because, as he put it, I have not even approached the Warriors about the possibility of me playing in this league. Oh. Maybe you should talk to them before you talk to the media about
you're
it.
Contracted with them.
He's been talking to the coach and the general manager down there. Talk to your team that pays you, stupid. Wow. Complicating the situation is the fact that the Warriors currently do not have a head coach and or general manager because Don Nelson was both.
So, okay, so they got Lanier, but is Lanier leaving after the season?
He's the interim, yeah. They said, so we really don't know who we should talk to, but whoever that person is, I really don't see them saying I can't play for the Sharks.
I don't know who to talk to about this.
The other problem with that is when you have a completely new regime coming in, they want to make their own team. I mean, you come into a new team, if you're a GM and a coach or both, you don't want whatever leftovers there are, because then if you win, someone else gets credit for that. Right. And if you lose, it's not your guys. So that's a problem for Rozier. But Rozier said he expects to have a definitive answer from the Warriors officials by this weekend. How does he expect that? He hasn't even talked to them yet. Or in one sentence, he said, I don't know who to talk to for this. And then the next sentence, he said, I should have an answer by this weekend.
I'll know later. Yeah.
He said, I don't want to lead people on or build up their hopes by saying there's an 80% chance I'll be playing next Tuesday. But if it were all up to me, then there's a 100% chance I'll be playing.
Oh.
He said, if he doesn't join the Sharks, Rozier said, I'll probably have someone working me out this summer, running on the track and in the weight room. I'd rather be playing than running and doing other stuff, though.
All right.
Okay. Later this summer, Rozier will take part in Pete Newell's big man camp in Hawaii and a 4-day free throw shooting camp in Texas.
Shit, yeah.
He said, but those aren't till July, and that's after the USBL season is over. Mm-hmm. They said that on the Sharks roster, this could be awesome. I think he could help us, and we could help him improve his game. What the coach said. Eric Musselman was the coach, who's another former player there. He showed up this year. He's an NBA caliber player, especially at the end of the season when he rebounded and played really well. Rozier said, quote, I got an education all year long. I was like the stock market. Early in the season, I was up and I was down. But at the end of the year, I felt like I really figured out some things and got into a groove. I think the team did too once we got people healthy and played some games together. Right. Okay. Interesting. 6.8 points, 7.4 rebounds per game this year. Mm-hmm. He did play in 66 games and started 34, Rozier, for the team. Okay. Let's see. May 27th, 1995. Not going well. He goes home to Florida to play against Orlando. Mm-hmm. And they say, whoever missed Clifford Rozier's NBA homecoming game shouldn't feel deprived. Those who showed up or watched on TV didn't see anything either. Rozier was held scoreless, playing only 14 minutes Sunday afternoon as the Magic blasted the Warriors 132-98. That was the Magic, Penny, Shaq, Nick Anderson, all those. That was this
who's
fucking
the other
team.
3-point shooter?
Brian Shaw, the shooter, fucking
the skinnier
Dennis Scott. Dennis Scott, was he there yet?
Yeah.
Dennis Scott, yeah, he was
there.
there.
Who else should we
say? Brian Shaw and Nick Anderson.
Nick Anderson
Penny,
and
Shaq.
Dennis Scott. Those are the two.
Yeah. So, not great. Most of Rozier's minutes came in garbage time when they were already getting blown out by 32, and not wonderful here. Not only because his one shot from the field was blocked by backup center Anthony Avent, or that he went 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Ouch.
Jesus Christ. Rozier said, that ain't the type of player I am. To put me in with the scrub lineup when the whole starting five is on the bench, that's like a slap in the face. I wasn't even into it. We were down 30, 40, whatever. I just really wanted to get up out of there.
Yeah.
That is
get up out of here.
What a terrible attitude. Holy shit. That's a slap in the face to put me in there. Fuck you.
I just want to get up out of here, man.
Yeah. Rozier entered for the first for 5 quality minutes late in the first quarter. So they put him in when it mattered. He gave up 6 points to Shaq, who ended up with 24. Wow. Dennis Scott canned 6 of 7 3-pointers on the way to 32 points.
Jesus.
Golden State coach Bob Lanier, I guess they kept him around, wouldn't do Rozier the favor. Oh, no, this is the end of that year. Wouldn't do Rozier the favor of letting him start in front of his mother, father, 4-year-old son, and 10 other relatives for whom he arranged tickets. Mm-hmm. Lanier said, it don't matter if he's playing near his hometown. I'm trying to give us the best shot at winning, not trying to impress his friends and family. If you ever seen Bob Lanier, he looks like the toughest old black man you've ever seen. Like, he just beat the shit out of you. It looks like he's awesome. Rozier's numbers were meek and humbling aside from his 6 rebounds and 1 steal. Wow. Rozier said, I mean, it's been rocky. It's been up and down, but things will work out. All I have to do is adjust, and I will. What it takes in this league is confidence, and that's something that only can come by playing. Teammates see him different. Latrell Sprewell said he's banging and rebounding, blocking shots, and playing hard.
Oh, yeah.
David Wood, a forward, said Coach Lanier is trying to impart wisdom to him. When he listens, he improves. Rozier said, I listen too much. That's my problem.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. They said that Rozier should feel fortunate the team's been injury-ravaged. He wouldn't be playing at all had Ronnie Cycli not been out for 31 games. He's only in there for that. The Warriors discovered, like every other team that Rozier has played for, that he likes to work at his own pace, depending on the mood of his day.
Depending on how he feels.
Just how he feels. Lately, he's improved his work habits. Lanier had to force him to get on the exercise bicycle. When Rozier showed up for training camp, he was so out of shape that he was getting outplayed by guys who had no chance of making the team.
Wow.
Guys off the street. Now, Rozier is lithe and a trim 255.
Trim 255?
He's 6'11". That is
Yeah,
trim for
he's
6'11".
big,
Yeah. That's pretty fucking big. Yeah, that's tall.
Yeah.
Any less than that, and you're a skinny 6'11", you know? Rhetorically, Lanier hints that Rozier's work ethic has been sporadic. He said, quote, what you do before and after practice to work on your game? What do you do to keep yourself in condition when you're not playing quality minutes all the time? Those are the things he has to work on all the time. In the last few weeks, he's done a nice job of trying to push himself in practices and some days off where he's done some extra work. Rozier says, my work ethic is great, and that his reputation suffers from this bullshit. He goes, this is the same shit they've said since high school.
Yeah.
Because, just because I've been doing it since high school doesn't mean you have to keep bringing the shit up, you know? Fuck you. Yeah. Guys are dicks. He said, I think I do more stuff before and after practice than anybody on this team.
Nobody does more than me.
I'm the hardest worker on this NBA team. Are you?
With Shaq on it.
Wow. No, he's not on.
He's
Shaq's
with the
on
Heat
Orlando.
Now?
No, he's with Golden State. Oh, Shaq, they played against Orlando.
Ronnie Cycli is playing with Golden State?
Yeah, he went to Orlando after that, I think, right?
I don't know where 90s? He went. I just heard Ronnie Cycli. I was like, is he playing with those people?
No, he's playing on Golden State now. So yeah, he said, I don't see where anybody could say that he doesn't put out. 2 or 3 people have to box me out, stuff like that, in practice and games. He thinks he's still the best, even though he's. Yeah. They said he's shown flashes of promise with 12 double-figure rebounding games, 6 of those in the last 14 games. In a win over the Lakers, he had a season-high 19 rebounds.
Wow.
He's put up 7 double-double games in rebounding and scoring. He said, I'm focused on rebounding and scoring around the paint. Before, I just wanted to kind of fit in whatever the team needed. Now I'm trying to go to the boards and create some more shots for the guys on the team and try not to let the centers beat us.
Yes.
He blocked a shot by Charles Barkley late in the fourth quarter of the Warriors' win against Phoenix 2 weeks ago. Lanier said he's had some tremendous games in terms of rebounding and critical shot blocking. We know that with time, he'll be able to do that much more consciously or consistently versus the way he does it now. It's hard to say how far he's come because you don't know how far he has to go yet.
Right.
Like most rookies, he's got a lot to learn. He makes a lot of mental mistakes out there. Lanier said he's just not confident in himself. Most of free throw shooting is being confident in yourself. He's tried all kinds of things, one-handed. He's got the Shaq thing down where he's spooked already. Sometimes I watch Clifford Rozier in practice. He can make 20-foot jump shots on you all day. Then he'll get to the free throw line and he might shoot a blank. When he starts thinking too much, he gets into trouble. He was also fined $250 for coming late to a shoot-around in Milwaukee. It's his second minor misconduct. He was also fined and suspended for missing a shoot-around in New York. Now, his excuse for these two, for missing one and for being late, quote, everybody's late. Things come up.
Yeah, they do.
No, not in. The only thing that comes up when you're in the NBA is your fucking game today or your practice today. That's it. He said that he hopes to play well in the next game. He said, just like when I was at Louisville, when we came to play in South Florida and Tampa, I always get hyped when I come back home to play. I'm always away. I remember some of the things I used to do when I was in Florida, like in high school at Southeast, and I kind of get those feelings when I come back. And he says he's got a second win heading into the last month. He said, we've been playing ball for 5 straight months. I was tired after the first month. In December, I was like, damn, you fly here, you fly there. Your body gets used to it. Okay. So he said, everybody on this team can play. We can beat anybody.
Oh.
We just lose all the time.
Yeah.
All we have to do is come out and want it, jump on them, and we'll be the team. We'll beat a team to death. We go to Phoenix and beat them. We go to Seattle and beat them. We go to Detroit, the Lakers, all those teams that are tops in our division. Then we turn right around and lose to the Clippers.
God damn, how much does it suck to be the Clippers at
God
this
damn
time?
it. At that time, holy
Everybody's
shit.
just kicking their ass. We go out and compete against the Spurs. We compete against
Clippers,
the Knicks,
dude.
getting after it, scoring point after point, and then we get our asses kicked by the Clippers.
Then a bunch of fourth graders beat us in the playground. Shit ain't right.
It's not fair.
It's just wrong. Not fair. He's looking forward to going back to Bradenton for a long summer vacation, and he said his homesickness is there. He said, the last 5 years of my life, I came home in the summer or on break. I look forward to being home a good 3 to 4 to 5 months. That's going to be a change. He's going to get fat as fuck. Right under that, maybe some things he's coming home to. We have here VIP, all new attractive staff.
Shit, yeah.
Free relaxation demo, private rooms.
I wonder what that is.
Yeah, I think they're going to jerk you off back there. All new attractive staff, always hiring. It's in Bradenton, VIP.
Show up
also,
sometime and find out what we mean.
find out exactly what's going on. Also, come get a free drink with coupon.
Yeah.
Limit 1 per person at the Peekaboo Lounge.
Oh, I wonder what that
Wonder
is.
what they have there. Weird. And the ladies know you're a high roller when you walk in with that coupon from the newspaper. They really know at that point.
Real
when you
swing
cut a
dick around here.
Oh yeah, they're gonna be like, "Ooh, who's Mr. Big Shot coming in the door with his clipped out fucking newspaper coupon?"
The Monopoly guy is here.
Ooh, yeah, there he is. So this year, 6.8 points, 4.3 or 7.4 rebounds. Like I said, here is an article here by Rick Bozic for WDRB Sports. Yeah. He said, I remember talking to a Warriors assistant coach in the summer of 1995 at the end of Rozier's rookie season. He did not put up big numbers like Robinson, Hill, Kidd, but Rozier started 34 of 66 games and put up 7 double-doubles in the final 3 weeks of the season. Yeah. Very encouraging sign. The assistant coach loved that, but he did not love the way Rozier ended the season. The coach said that Rozier blew off the team's mandatory exit interview to discuss setting goals for the following season. Rozier sent a locker room attendant to tell the coaching staff that he was headed back to the beach in Florida. If they wanted to talk to him, they could call him or fly down for a pina colada.
Come on down.
Wow.
For a pina colada.
He's a rookie. You can't do that. That is dumb as shit.
Amazing.
He makes $650,000 this year.
It's already gone.
He spent $350 on a car and clothes.
I got
and the
news
other half
for
is
you.
taxes.
Yeah.
And your agent.
Taxes come due. You're in trouble.
You are broke, my friend.
Wow.
You're broke right now.
That's it.
That's it. The next year, 95-96, the Warriors are 36 and 46. So this is under Coach Rick Adelman, the new guy there. And that's not great. 36.
No.
That's 6th in the Pacific Division.
Right.
Not good. This year they picked up John Barry and B.J. Armstrong. Yeah. Very different lineup. Chris Gatling is still there. Andrew DeClerc, Bimbo Coles. Jerome Kersey's on the team now.
That's not bad.
They got Joe Smith from Maryland, too. They drafted him number 1 overall, as a matter of fact, right?
Yeah, but he didn't do very well at all in the NBA.
I don't think he was a big star, no. Kevin Willis they now
They
have.
had a lot of hype going into that season with Joe Smith.
Joe Smith, yeah, he played, he was okay for a minute, but he's not a number 1 draft pick, you know what I mean? That's tough. Now, the Courier-Journal in Louisville has an article, U of L probing how Rozier got cars.
Oh, we're not even sure how he got these?
Nope. The University of Louisville is looking into how Clifford Rozier obtained 2 late model cars he drove during his college career. We know how he got it. That's not good.
Yeah.
They said that the former U of L basketball star told the Courier-Journal that both the school and the NCAA had already examined how he came to own the cars, and they had approved of the arrangement. He said they looked into it as soon as I came to school. They looked into everything. However, the Louisville officials say that's not true at all. They had no idea about this shit. Yeah. When the Courier-Journal brought the cars to their attention, they said they had no records of an NCAA examination or of Rozier owning any cars during the 3 years he attended U of L.
We didn't even know he owned anything.
Nope. But Rozier said head coach Denny Crum not only knew he had a car, but used it as a disciplinary tool.
Do not throw me under this bus.
That's right. He said, quote, every time I fucked up, Crum would call my mom and tell her to take away my car. God damn. The Courier-Journal submitted written requests to Crum regarding Rozier's cars, and Crum issued a statement saying the university has asked that I not respond to the questions until the completion of their investigation. Oh, boy. Searches of Louisville police and Florida motor vehicle records turned up 2 registered cars to Rozier, a 1991 Mazda MX-6. I had an 88 MX-6 in high school.
MX-6? That's what we're worried about? Oh, I guess in college you can't have that.
No. It was a nice looking little car.
Yeah.
It's a good, I don't know how the fuck he fit in it at 6'11". That's a small car.
It's a Mazda 6 now. That's what it is.
Dude, I drove that motherfucker from New York to Phoenix, and my legs were hurting. Hell yeah, with 150,000 miles on it. That was purchased by Rozier from a Sarasota, Florida dealership on August 23rd, 1991, so it was brand fucking new, days before he enrolled at U of L as a transfer from North Carolina. Wow. A 1991 Jeep Cherokee, those are expensive.
Yeah.
Purchased from a Bradenton, Florida dealership August 14th, 1993, about 2 weeks before the start of his junior year. Blue Book value $21,000, which is like a lot more now. Yeah. That's 1994 or 1993 money. The Mazda was co-registered to Rozier and Dr. Robert E. Blackwood of Bradenton, Rozier's hometown. The Jeep was co-registered to Rozier and his mother, Diane Rozier. Rozier acknowledged owning both cars and said they were given to him by Blackwood, a family friend. Just a rich family friend who gives me brand new cars all the time.
It's just a pal. No big deal.
Wow. He said it was on the up and up. People don't understand, but we're just close friends. I'm not sucking his dick or nothing. He knew that I was up at college without transportation, and he got me the car so I wouldn't have to take it from an agent. So I wouldn't have to break the law.
To take it from an agent.
He said Blackwood, who declined comment, is not a U of L booster. According to Rozier, Blackwood wanted me to go to Florida.
Right.
Rozier said Blackwood bought the Jeep after he wrecked the Mazda. Jesus Christ. At the time of the purchase, the 2 cars were valued at a total of more than $36,000, but Rozier said Blackwood has never asked for reimbursement. He said he won't let me pay him back because I do all kinds of things with his son.
Yeah.
Wow. NCAA rules forbid college athletes to receive gifts from anyone other than family members or, quote, established family friends, which can be a big gray area there. Yeah. Bob Oliver, director of NCAA Legislative Services, said financial arrangements are the key to determining whether a car constitutes an improper benefit. He said, if it's a car that's being paid for by a loan, who's paying the loan? Do his parents have the capability of paying for that car based on information that they can gather about the financial situation of the family? Is the car being laundered through the family from somebody?
Right.
All those questions have to be asked. Then, depending on the answers, that depends on what flags are raised.
That's how we get to where we're going.
Yeah, they said the NCAA recently investigated a 1987 Acura Legend given to Georgia Tech guard Stephon Marbury by his amateur athletics union coach, AAU coach. The gift was approved after the NCAA determined the coach was indeed a longtime family friend. Oh, I'm sure. U of L began requiring athletes to register their cars with the athletic department last winter. It's been standard procedure at many schools for several years and became a requirement in the SEC in 91. They said the NCAA does not require schools to register athletes' cars, but Oliver, the guy from there, said an institution is responsible for what its athletes are getting and who they're getting things from. Mm-hmm. U of L is looking into the financing of 10 other cars driven by 6 current and former basketball stars and their families. Wow. The school learned of those cars through the Courier-Journal, which traced the ownership through lien filings, vehicle registrations, and traffic tickets. At least one of those cars was likely involved in a secondary registration. They show that Cornelius Holden, a center, was cited for improper registration at 1:19 a.m. About 3 weeks after his sophomore season ended. He was driving an 87 truck owned by assistant coach Scooter McCrary. And NCAA rules say an institutional employee may not provide a student-athlete with use of an automobile. Not allowed to. So there you go. We're going to leave it there.
He's in so much trouble, and he doesn't even know it.
He is just slippery sloping it, spending all his money, being lazy at practice, telling his team to fuck off.
That's what I mean. He's blowing it. Doesn't even know.
He's fucking his whole...
And he's not good. He's like an ugly girl who mouths off all the time. You know, you're not hot enough to behave like this. He's not good enough.
Someone's going to punch you in a bar. Someone's going to snooky you in a bar. That's the problem. We're not saying we'd punch women, but that's when you see that, you go, oh, someone's going to hit her. You just know it. You see it coming you can sense it.
Yeah.
Oh,
this guy life is about to punch him right in his ugly, mouthy girl mouth.
Yep, he is not
good.
That's the thing. The next episode, oh boy, everybody, should get it done in 2 parts, and boy, does he start fucking up and saying some crazy shit.
We're gonna get done in a left and a right.
Oh man, this is a huge table setter. The table is set with a Thanksgiving banquet right now, and next week we will dive in and eat that shit. We've had our appetizers. Soup was good.
How he's behaving.
He's acting like a dick. So there you go. If you enjoy this show, tell the world about how much you enjoy this show. Get on whatever app you're listening on. Give us 5 stars. Yeah. Helps a ton. So please do that. You can also follow on social media at Crime and Sports. You should head over to shutupandgivememurder.com. Get your tickets for live shows. Get your merchandise for all the shows. Live shows for Small Town Murder. Next one's up. Milwaukee, September 18th. Minneapolis, September 19th. Get those tickets right now because they're going fast. So get in there and grab them. Thank you so much to everybody who has done that so far. We appreciate the shit out of you for doing that. Definitely listen to our other shows, Your Stupid Opinions, which I think is the funniest damn show going right now. It's great. And then, of course, Small Town Murder, which you can listen to or watch on Netflix if you want to see us for some reason. So do that. And then get yourself Patreon, because that's important. Patreon.com/CrimeInSports. It is where you get all the bonus material. Anybody $5 a month or above, a mere cup of coffee worth of money. Yeah. You are going to end up with so much shit. Our whole thing is we feel bad even getting $5. So we're like, we better earn it. We just keep giving more and more because we feel like we need to earn $5 every fucking month. So what you're going to get is this huge back catalog of almost 400 bonus episodes you've never heard before immediately upon subscription. Then new ones every other week, One Crime and Sports, One Small Town Murder, and you get every goddamn drop of it, including this week, which you're going to get. New episodes this week are going to be for Crime and Sports. We're going to talk about Kirby Puckett, who had a couple of issues, and he's a real beloved guy, and it'll be interesting to get into that. And then from there, Small Town Murder, we're going to talk about Maternal Instinct, the documentary about the woman cutting a baby from another woman and then pretending she just spit it out her pussy. And that's the craziest thing ever. And really holding on to that lie for a long time, which is fucking wild. And then her excuse of why she killed her was also crazy. All of it's crazy, and I've seen all the body cam footage. We'll talk about the interrogations and everything like that. It's a crazy story. That is patreon.com/CrimeInSports is where you get all of that shit. And on top of all of that, we'll do Dick Vitale selling it. You know what else you get? You get all the shows ad-free, baby.
Here
You get
you go,
Your Stupid
baby.
Opinions. You get Small Town Murder, Crime and Sports, ad-free, baby. This is the time. These are primetime podcasts, PTPs.
Did he die of cancer?
I hope so. So, anyway.
Flat out scary,
I don't mean
baby.
that. He's crazy. So, anyway, yeah, do that. Get those, subscribe and come see us and do all that shit and everything else. You get ad-free. You get a shout-out at the end of the show as well, where Jimmie will fuck your name all up, which is coming up right now.
Here it is.
Jimmie, hit me with the names of the people who would never, ever get that cocky after one single year in the NBA. Jimmie, hit me with them right goddamn now.
This week's executive producers are a daughter of the chosen people, James. She didn't give a name.
Oh, my. Wow.
Just says that,
Congratulations.
she is a daughter of the chosen. Blakely Sheridan, Happy Hour in Albuquerque, poor bastard. Addie Murphy, Elena Zemmel, Megan and Mabel Fred, Sarah Pecora, Kenneth Miner, Mary Thomas, Ricky Gray. Other producers this week are Peyton Meadows, Liz Vasquez, Janice Hill, Allison with no last name, Sherry Miller,
friends.
Hunter Galster, Ryan M., Steph Martin, Kalach Bakery, Kalachi perhaps? Kalache Bakery.
Hey,
It's with a K.
sounds delicious.
Amanda Schmidt, Roland Nerdy.
Oh, that's a
Pot.
certain pastry, isn't it?
A kolache?
Isn't that a pastry, or did we find out?
I love
I could be
carbs.
wrong.
Sounds delicious. I'll eat
Sounds
it.
like something like a Well, we'll eat
Probably.
it. Send one over.
Do they only make kolache?
I have no idea if that's even a thing. I
don't know
just
what the
thought
fuck
it
I'm
was.
saying right now.
Put some powdered sugar on it. And shoot it over our way. We'll fucking eat it. What do we
Carbs
care?
with powdered sugar are the best.
I'm
Ben
in.
Young, Nat Wilson, Lacey Evans, Alyssa Rosenthal, Victoria Brooke, Vicky Elliott, Swagzilla, Shadow Freddy. I don't know what that means. Edelrom, Ed Hellram. S, the letter S,
Yes.
Jessica Bryant, Leslie Galbraith, Frey with no last name, Mark Brockman, codename Reaction, December N, Carissa or Charissa Evans, Aunt Sharon and Uncle Death, Jen Herman, Jill Kryzak,
Death,
Gina Gilmore, Julia Duncan, LG Bracefield maybe, Issa Bow, Hyacinth, Steamy Mirabella, Steamy Mirabella, James,
Oh,
and her
Jesus.
burlesque. Or their
Sounds
burlesque.
like-
I don't know. Rebecca Mason, Lila with no last name,
something.
Anastasia with no last name, Kimberly Robertson, Sly Girl with no last name, Nancy Cantwell, Karen Sly, Elizabeth with no last name, Nicole Cutright, Derek Young, the letter B, Lindsay Jones, Erica Richter, Andy's kid, Stephanie Hawkins.
There they are.
Adrian Weholt, Heather Renner, Marissa Cunningham, Hugh Janus, that's definitely somebody's name.
That's a
Brenda
real
with no
person,
last
for
name.
sure.
Brad with no last name. Destiny Watkins Akina, Laura Muse, Laurel with no last name. Corey McKenna, Tatiana Funderburg, Rebecca Martin, Lance Corporal Goblin, Naismith 220, Sonia Campos, Lauren Toon or Tooney, Tooney, Julianne Smith, Dave Aviles, Isabel O'Brien, Susan Lake, Victoria Peck, Taylor Hahn, Nancy McMahon probably, Manny Sierra, Jess with no last name, Vicky Gales, Christopher Hinton, Heidi Korst, Naomi and Weston Collins, Angelo Otero, Abby Ninecamp, oh boy, Not Camp is her name, Annie Hicks, No Camp, Abby No Camp. Tamira,
was mine. I was like, did you
Tamara
just say
Hopkins,
mine?
Kyle DeVoe, Noah Mashak, David Ellis, Nameless DeX, Holly Morton, Margu, that can't be right, Margu? It's Mirgu. That's not Margo,
Margu.
right?
I don't think so. That's
Jesse Hines, Laura
Margu.
Blackberry, Jordan Lawton, Wicca Costa, Wicca Casoda, Dana Sayers, Antoinette Apollinaar, Connor M, Kelly B,
Apollinaar.
Maria New, Aim K, Julie Drew, Bridget Douglas, Ben Shirtliff, Rebecca Hansen, Kyla with no last name, Samantha Gotti, Wheeler Gaming, James Dumarod, Candace Pryor, Joshua Welch, Kyle Stubbs, Sarah with no last name, Taylor with no last name, Debbie Jensen, Taryn Holt, Justin Amador, Ann Walsh, Savannah not gonna get this right. Naya Gawachi. Niagara Chi, Robin Morris, Carly Goss, Jen with no last name, Dave Clements, Cam with no last name, John Pierce, Ethan with no last name, Mary Carol Freeman Winkler, Patricia Hernandez, Julie Furlong, Jamie Beebe, Natalie Hill, Andy with no last name, Joseph Mills, Jessica F., Tyler Mort, Hannah Shotwell, Shelley with no last name, Mr. Moose, Casey Price, Brad Crichleo, Katie Dickman, Haley with no last name, and Stacy Spitzer. You guys are the best.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful, fantastic bastards. We appreciate every goddamn thing you do for us every day. So thank you for all that you do for us. Keep coming back and hanging out with us repeatedly over and over, because you really can now with all the shows we put out.
So
4
much.
regular shows a week and a couple of Patreons, and it's a lot of shit. So you can really hang with us all the time. So do that. We suggest, leaving your family in the dust. They don't need you that much. Your kids, what do they need? You know what I mean? Your work, that can suffer. Put us in your ear holes and let us fucking soothe you through the day. There you go. So thank you so much for joining us. And live from the Crime and Sports studio, we will see you next week.
Bye.